The game you love above them all. Football news, predictions, we have it all. You can watch or listen, that's your call. Just join us on Beyond the Ball.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Beyond the Ball. I am Colly and joined again this week by the beautiful Big Paddy. Paddy, what's the story?
How's it going? I'm a happy man. What a great weekend.
Not a great weekend. Chelsea lost, back to normal ways, but look, we'll get into it in a while, but
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not as disheartened as you think I might be. But anyway, Chelsea lost, Manchester United won. You are at the game, Paddy. You're going to be telling us all about that. Yeah, you're going to be telling us about that when we're doing a little bit of a review. We are going to be talking about the two games. We're going to be giving our score predictions for the week, and we're going to be giving an update on the fantasy football. So, Paddy, we're going to jump straight in first off to the fantasy football. Okay, Paddy, I'm going to pull up the fantasy football on the screen for anybody that's listening. You can go.
See how the little green arrows are up.
They are up. Look, they are up. Nothing too mad, but Paddy, look, 36 points was the average this week. I had 41, 98 points being the total. I'd go through the team. I'd Flecken and goal, got me 4 points. Flecken Egypt. Gabriel got 1 point shy. Romero 2 points shy. Dallo shy with 1 point. Luis Diaz, I think I'm going to be taking him out of the team, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
he's in the last game or two, he hasn't really got much, so we'll see.
You'll take him out and get happy this weekend, won't you see?
I know, yeah, exactly. That's always going to be the way. And Buemo's got 2. Bernardo Silva, thought I was doing a bit of a masterclass bringing him in. Got me 2 points, nothing special, but he has a couple of good fixtures, I believe. Yeah, so Southampton, Bournemouth, and Brighton next. So you'd imagine he'll get a couple of points from that, hopefully. Mo Salah, unfortunately for me, he got 12 points. Then I had Haaland as captain, which I'd say most people did, 4 points. Nicholas Jackson got me 6 points. Wasn't actually expecting a return out of him, but got one, so I was happy. And Jamie Vardy with 6 points as well, still scoring in his old age. Then
motherfucker.
Yeah. Right, Paddy, so we'll go to your team. We're going to have to go down the very, very bottom here just to pull it up there. Go ahead.
Right, so I met the average, okay? Average Paddy, that's what they call me. Anderson, I'm only noticing now, Anderson got me -2. What a son of a bitch. How did you get -2?
You got sent off.
He killed somebody?
Shit. I'm pretty sure he got sent off. Why can't I see his points? Oh, there we go. Red card.
Oh, man.
And you can see the 3 goals, so he got -1.
Mazraoui, he only came on in the second half, but he actually performed quite well. Romero, 2 points, wasn't great. Pope, 3 points. All right. Captain Rashford this weekend. I had to captain the United player with the hope that, they do well, considering I'm going over. They would have heard, as they listen to the pod, and they could reach out to me all the time. Hoyland, he was especially kind to me, welcome me into Old Trafford, and then obviously give me a text after the game. He wanted me to give him a mention, because as an out-and-out striker this weekend, he played really, really well. Great hold-up play. But we're not talking about the match now. We're talking about fantasy football. So all my United players done the best for me this week, so I'm very happy about them. Palmer, shy. Gutierrez, shy. Madison, 4. Okay. But all in all, 36. Average, not bad. Not good, but not bad.
Yeah, okay, we take it, we move on. Right, Paddy, we'll give an update on the league. Top of the league, Aaron Gray still holds his top spot. And the top 3 haven't changed. Adam McDonald is in second, and yours truly is in third. We have that guy in 4th. We've got Keane Costello in 5th. Lorna Gray in 6th. Luke Walsh in 7th. Adam Nestor up to 8th. Liam McDonald in 9th, joined with Harry O'Sullivan. So there's a couple there that are making a move. But we'll have a look at the bottom. Michelle Farrell has back down. Go again.
Who's leading for the month?
Yep. We can have a look at that. Michelle Farrell is in last position with 336, ahead of or behind
Loser.
Nicole Brady, who's in second from bottom with 340. Not a great representation from the girls there, I'm not going to lie. In 44th, then Kieran Lappin, and then an honourable mention to Boris, who's climbed out of the bottom three there. He's gone up to 40th, so he's fourth last. Let's have a look at September. Why would we have a look at September when we're in October, Paddy?
I don't know.
So the current leader of October is Niall Gain. How do I say that name, Paddy?
Gain.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Gain. Just that was a weird name. Niall Gain, first with 112 points. Rian Power in second with 107. And Alvunk Uzun is in third with 100 points. So you'd imagine it's going to kind of be between them three. But I think we have. Do we have these games? These games are definitely going in
4th, 5th, and 6th. Jesus, they're very close.
So we have one this game week. So it's just going to be this game week. Okay, so there's nothing spilling over from last week or from the next week or anything like that. So, it's going to be 1 week left, and that's it. We will be transferring our €10 to the monthly winner of October. Don't worry, you don't have to come in. Actually, no, we said we wanted videos, didn't we, last time? We said we wanted videos saying this is the best podcast in the world.
You can't give, and not get anything in return. Come on. Yeah, we all want a bit of content. I want to see your beautiful faces.
Also, I don't know why we have a review gone down the bottom there, because it is the fantasy football section. And speaking of that, Paddy, we're going to jump off the fantasy football section and we're going to actually go to the review. So it's a waste of time changing that, right? So we're going to jump on to the football review. Okay, Paddy, talk to me. Manchester United 2, Brentford 1. You're in the stadium. You got to feel the atmosphere of Old Trafford. You got the sense of the fans around the stadium. What was it like at halftime? I know you conceded a late goal at halftime. Am I right in saying that just before halftime you conceded?
Just before halftime because of it.
Okay, so halftime, I'd imagine there was a few moans and stuff in the crowd. What was it like? What was your experience? Give us your story.
So look, I suppose I'll tell you about the trip itself, because it was eventful. We flew into Leeds, stayed in Leeds. It was a bit cheaper than flying direct into Manchester on the Friday. So we arrived. That was all good. Saturday morning, we got the coach up to Manchester, in and around the stadium. The feeling was really good. In around the Megastore, feeling was really good. Very, very positive vibes. Everyone was kind of resigned to the fact that, okay, Ten Hag has been given another shot, so let's get behind the manager. The new ticketing system went a bit haywire, which meant we were about 5 minutes late getting in to the start of the match. Right. But which was probably good, because Brentford had a fairly good shot within the first couple of minutes, so I was glad I didn't see that. But we were the better team in the first half, the much better team, I thought, in the first half. But the low coming up, there was 5 minutes of injury time given, and it was like United just switched off completely. They were waiting for the whistle. The low took a very, very poor throw in, which led to the corner. But then for the referee to send the it off at that stage in the game, when it was dried blood on his head that had been there for the previous 20 minutes, to choose that moment to take him off for the corner was a ridiculous decision. But look, everything happens for a reason. It was the catalyst then to light a fire under our arse, which is the first time I've seen it this season under Manchester United, and they came out like a team possessed. That lasted for about 20-25 minutes until just about after we got the goal, and then it was all about game management. And to be quite honest with you, Brentford kind of switched off after the fact that we got the second goal, and it was a fairly handy win after that. And we could have got another one or two, but all in all, it was a brilliant experience. Some good goals scored. Good, I suppose, defensively we haven't been the worst this season. We've gotten the most clean sheets. Andre Onana got player of the month this month, or for September, yeah. So it was offensively I was most impressed this week, because Highland had a good showing out there, holding the ball up high and getting the attacking players, which were Garnacho and Rashford, into the game, who also played very well. So all in all, pleased with the day. But we finished, went back to Leeds, and going to get our flight home on Sunday. I watched the first half of the Chelsea game, which we'll talk about in a little while, I suppose. Then we went to the airport for a 9 o'clock flight. Found out about an hour before the flight went off that it was cancelled. So we were stuck in the airport until about 1 or 2 in the morning. Now, I was saying that for the viewers or the listeners, I was with my son and my father, so a 9-year-old and a 65-year-old. And we didn't know what we were doing. So they ended up putting us in a hotel, and then we had to divert to Newcastle the next day to get a flight home from Newcastle.
Oh, God.
So it was a bit of a nightmare end to the trip. But sure, my son was delighted because he got to miss a day of school. And we did get put up in the Hilton on the Sunday night. And we got buffet breakfast included, and I felt there was sausages coming out of my ears by the time I left. I filled my boots. Thank you, Ryanair.
Yeah, you got your money's worth. So all in all, though, a good experience. And was that was Paddy Jr.'s first trip to Old Trafford, was it?
No, it was the second. We went last year for the West Ham game, and we lost 1-0.
Oh, so a better experience this time.
Yeah, much better experience. And look, I was going to do a reaction video, but because I was with the little fella, it was just very difficult, very difficult. Cool. But brilliant experience.
So overall happy. And so did you get any sense around the ground? Did you overhear any talking about like Ten Hag and any people unhappy about Ten Hag? Was the feeling kind of they were happy with him there? Like,
I'll be honest with you, I think most United supporters, even me, like I said it a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, like with a very, very heavy heart, I was saying, look, it's very hard to support the manager when the results have been going so bad. But the last thing I wanted to do was change the manager but I just didn't see any alternative considering the start we had the last season and this season. But I think once Ineos didn't make any decision because they had no, how would you say, they didn't have to come out and tell us that the manager was safe. The manager was safe either way. They supported him in the summer. They told the fans that he was the long-term plan for the club. It was the media that kind of drove this narrative of Ten Hag is going to lose his job during the international window. He didn't. And I think the fans are quite content with just seeing how things go. Now, if the result had been different the weekend, it probably would have been a different, very, very different feeling around the club. But a good result, and we see by the next run of games. So the next 4 or 5 games, if we play at our best, very winnable, very, very winnable. So we've got Fenerbahce now on Thursday, West Ham next weekend, then Leicester twice. So couple of depth, and you mentioned it last week actually, and I didn't really notice it until you said it, but we're only 2 wins away from being 6th in the league, which is a great deal. So look, I hope it works out for him. Obviously I do as a United supporter, but you do get the sense that the players are behind the manager, the coaching staff is behind the manager, the management structure of the club is behind the manager. So it's just a matter of when it will start really clicking into place. We seen that he had a great 4th season at United, and then it dropped off last season, and this season you look at the likes of Arne Slot now, who has more points totaled than Jurgen Klopp did in either of the seasons where they were very close and to winning the league. I think as far as I was reading a stat during the week. But again, this is sometimes 4th season. Ten Hag had it. There was a drop off then. So the capability is there of getting this team to play well. And as a United supporter, I hope he does.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't like him as a manager. I'm just gonna say that. I don't know what it is. I just don't like him. But look, if football's a fickle game, right? You're only as good as your last result, and that's just the way it is. And obviously when the bad results come in, it accumulates, and that's when you start getting a bit of pressure. But if you win your last game, all of a sudden pressure's just lifted, and it can be a complete reset for the whole team, for the manager, for training the field in the dressing room. It can be like one good result can turn a season around. Yeah. So although you have had wins this season, for some reason this one for me feels a little bit different. I don't know whether it was because maybe you were at the game or something like that, but it feels like this could be the start of United's season where they go on a couple of runs and get a couple of wins under their belt in a row, rather than it being start, stop, and fucking so inconsistent. Like you said, Hyland's back and number 9, play him up, give him minutes. I know sometimes like he's gonna go through 2 or 3 games where he won't score. Stick with him, let him get through it, let him get through the tough moments, And if once he's still contributing and he's not taken away from the team, then fair enough, you leave him, you let him start. But I think this could be the start of something better for United. Now, again,
and better, yeah.
Yeah,
And we just like it's about, I suppose, setting an expectation as well that better for United would be making sure we're in and around the Champions League spots.
Yeah, you have to be close there. You have to be within 4 points, 4 points.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be within that kind of range to really consider it. Right now, let's kick on after Christmas, because you have a good Christmas. Everybody knows Christmas around, like football around Christmas, is a very, very important period. A lot of games, a lot of points to be lost and won, and that can make or break a season. So come Christmas, you'll see what happens. It'll probably be the telling factor for Ten Hag. If he gets through Christmas and comes out on the good side of it, he'll probably keep his job. If not, they may consider options. But I don't know, again, who's available really, because obviously we're losing Tuchel. You've got the whole gamble on Zidane, if he even would want to take it. And there's not very many other managers that are around that are fucking available these days. So, so we'll see how that one plays out, Paddy. Are you happy to move on, or have you anything else that you need to tell us on that one?
No, all happy to move on there. I think I spoke at length about my my trip, and it was very, very eventful. But yeah, United are back. Let's go. We're going to win the league. Let's do it.
Classic. Speaking of people that are going to win the league, Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1. You might have thought there, you were thinking Liverpool's going to win the league, but no, I was talking about Chelsea. Chelsea are going to win the league, and this is just a minor blip in a very smooth road to the title for Chelsea. Now, this game, Paddy, what do I make of it? Chelsea weren't great, if I'm being honest. They were good in spells. They had a really good period for about 10-15 minutes where they had Liverpool under serious pressure. Liverpool, I would say, probably dominated the game for the majority of it, 75% of it anyway. I wasn't too dissatisfied with how Chelsea played. Paddy, when I gave my score prediction on the podcast last week, I said Chelsea are probably going to lose 2-1. I said Salah's probably going to score, which happened. And I said, if we're going to concede goals, it's going to come through Colwill and it's going to come through Sanchez. Both goals they were involved in heavily, and they were at fault for both of them. Sanchez could have potentially caused another one when he came out and he clattered Jones, I think it was. Got the ball, but could have easily just been a penalty. Weird, unorthodox way of going out and trying to make a save. So not too dissatisfied. I liked the team that Maresca started with. I was skeptical about the substitutions he made when we were 1-1. He brought on Enzo Fernandez, Vega, and somebody. Badia Steele. 3 defensive players. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I think he slows us down. I don't see, like, I wouldn't mind if he slowed us down and he was really accurate with his passes. Like, his killer balls were great, but they're really not. His 5-yard passes, his 10-yard passes to break the line, they're bad. His balls over the top are bad. The only thing he seems to be able to do is just sideways. Now, he can get a ball and he can spin and he can maybe just beat a player and pass off, but that would be the height of what he does. He's not a great tackler. He doesn't break the ball down. I don't think we benefit from him. Lavia, who played beside Caicedo, really, really, really impressed with him. Very confident, gets the ball, beats players, throws shoulders, turns out, spins out, gets us out of sticky situations, is exactly what I want to see. Caicedo, I think, has been very good for us this season, so I've no complaints with him. I would like to see Caicedo and Lavia together going forward for the rest of the season.
And what did you think of Jadon Sancho?
I've seen a lot of people saying, we should be taking him off. But if I'm being honest, like, he was quite positive. He got the ball. He was trying to attack. Now, I'd say Trent kind of probably got the better of him. But he got the ball. He was attacking. He was trying step overs. He didn't lose the ball that much, like, but he just couldn't break them down. He couldn't get through. So I mean, he wasn't that bad. He got taken off then.
Half-time, didn't he?
It was half time. He got taken off, and he brought on Neto. I don't know what Maresca sees in Neto in terms of he fancies him over. He seems to fancy him over Nkunku and Joe Felix. Now, he did say that Nkunku is going to be only as a striker. Joe Felix is only going to be as a number 10. So if it's Cole Palmer coming off, it's Felix going on. But he needs to mix that up. You can't be one-dimensional like that. Like, I think you could benefit from Joe Felix going out there, and him having a go on the wing. Like, but look, Neto, he's good, he's quick, he works hard, but in my opinion, he's probably not as clinical and he's not as talented, I don't think, as the rest of them. But like, I don't know.
As a neutral to this game, I like similar to when he was played Man City earlier in the season. You weren't overshadowed, I don't think. Like you were saying, Liverpool were on, like, probably dominated 75% of the game. I like watching the first half, I wouldn't have agreed with that. I thought Chelsea probably edged what I seen in the first half.
Our good spells came a lot.
He's had really good spells, and I thought Liverpool scored against the run of play when they did score. Because Chelsea did look, they were getting in and around Liverpool's box, but they just couldn't find that killer pass.
They couldn't break them down.
Yeah, it was nearly like they didn't have an option. So when the wingers were going out, they didn't have that option in the middle. So sometimes they're probably missing. Nicholas Jackson is not in the best of places in a high pressure game like against the top defenders. But if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be very positive in terms of anyone the form he's had at the end of last season into this season, and against the top teams, you're holding your own.
Yeah, I think so. Like, and I think it's positive. I don't think we can look too negatively at this. Like, this is against one of the teams that are pretty much tipped to win the league, and like you said there, it's one of Liverpool's best starts in probably ever. So I'm not too disheartened. I know got a lot of abuse off, a lot of fans, a lot of messages and stuff like that. Go fuck yourselves. That's me one message I'll say to you. But no, look, I give the banter. I take it. I've no problem. I'll take it on the chin. I enjoyed a bit of banter.
I'll take it on the chin. You banned them all from the page, didn't you?
Exactly. Yeah. If you notice now, we have a lot less followers. But I was messaging people, no fear. I'd message people. I was texting people saying, look, I think we have a chance, and people saying no chance, blah, blah, blah. So look, I'm going to give it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I'll take it. But overall, look, not too dissatisfied with this result. Obviously not happy with the result, but the performance wasn't too bad. Very pleased with Nicholas Jackson. What I will say is they fucking ruined his goal by calling it offside when he wasn't offside, because you could clearly see Benz's run. So very bad from VAR. To not let him celebrate, not let him have his moment, and then, okay, yeah, it's a goal. Then he has to re-celebrate. It's a bit fucking strange, but look, that's the world we live in.
It was a bit sloppy by Chelsea to give away a goal just after scoring.
Oh yeah, and they're the crucial moments. The first 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes of the second half, and the last 5 minutes, and then a minute or two after. Yeah, and you're always more liable to concede straight after scoring. So that's when you're like, you lose focus. So you're after been celebrating, you haven't focused, you're too excited about scoring. You need to get back in straight away, try calm yourself down and switch back on, because that's exactly what happened with Chelsea. Got overly fucking excited and then just conceded straight away, and it killed us. And it was the only goal we conceded then for the rest of the game. So
who's that down? Who's that? Look, it's just one of these things, I suppose, that happens in football, but you would expect players that are on over 200 grand a week to focus, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
at the very
exactly.
least,
you'd think it's standard procedure. You think they're drilled better than that, but it's just, look, that's the difference between really experienced teams and look, we're not an experienced team. That's how I look at it. We're not experienced. We learn from it. Our average age is probably fucking 14 in the team. But and for the average fucking contract length is 14 years as well. So we grow from all this type of stuff. One thing I will say, Curtis Jones done very well keeping Cole Palmer quiet in the game. He was very quiet, and that was probably the biggest difference, I think, from Chelsea previously. Cole Palmer, once he was nullified, they found it a little bit easier to look after him. But other than that, Paddy, I'm happy enough to move on unless you want to ask me anything else about it.
No. But yeah, I suppose we're actually being very nice to each other. You weren't saying you were bigging up United. I'm bigging up Chelsea. This is very strange.
I don't know if you noticed, but Chelsea lost and United won. That's the only reason I'm picking up United. So you go easy on me. Next week when you just draw against fucking Leicester or whoever you are playing, or West Ham,
West
I'll
Ham.
be giving you shit. Right, Paddy. Well, look, we'll jump off that and we're gonna go into the score predictions. Right, Paddy, couple of games this week, top 16s we're going to be looking at. They may not be that place in the league, but they are in our hearts. So first game up is Manchester City versus Southampton. How do you see this one going? Southampton, so fucking poor this season. Man City obviously doing pretty well. How do you see it going?
I think it's another Haaland captain job. I think you could see, I would say Pep was furious after the Wolves game because they were so lucky, so lucky.
Yeah.
The last couple of minutes, John Stones again. I watched this game as well, and by no means were they, running like, it's not as if they should have won before that goal went in. Wolves didn't do too bad, and they got their good goal. They had a couple of chances on the counter attack, but they're very, very lucky. So I would say they will look to rectify that performance this weekend, and I see Southampton getting a really, really bad beating. I'm going to say 5-0, and I'm going to say Haaland to score.
Yeah, look, Man City, the highest scorers in the league, and Southampton, the biggest conceders in the league. Sorry, second biggest conceders in the league, other than Wolves, who are below them.
You're going to say United there.
Oh no. United conceded 9. Not too bad. No. I think, I think. Do you know what? This is the type of game where, right, highest scorers, second highest conceders, you think like 5-0, it'd be like 1-0 to Man City or something.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like, it's like the stats point to a massive scoring game, and like logic doesn't prevail in any of this type of shit. Like, so it's usually just like 1-0 or 2-0. But I'm gonna go with the stats. I'm gonna say 4-0 to Man City, and I'm gonna say Haaland to score 2 goals. So yeah, that's my one on that one. Paddy, next one, Chelsea versus Newcastle. Chelsea are home in Stamford Bridge. I believe that we will win. I think Chelsea will win this game. I think it'll be a tight game. Newcastle are usually a little bit of a dodgy team. But I think we'll nick this one 2-1. And I'm going to go with Cole Palmer to get back onto the score sheet. What do you reckon?
Yeah, Newcastle coming off a loss. Not hitting the heights they did in Eddie Howe's first season. Chelsea looking strong, and they'll be looking to bounce back against this defeat from Liverpool. So yeah, I see Chelsea doing the job. I'm going to say Chelsea. I still think they might concede a goal, so I'll say 3-1 to Chelsea, and I'll get Jadon Sancho to score a goal.
Oh, okay, right. Next one is Crystal Palace versus Spurs. Paddy, what do you reckon on this one?
I can't believe we're even including Spurs as a top 16.
I know. Has to be done.
I see a draw here, actually, because Crystal Palace are by no means a pushover. Spurs, we've seen them fall apart against Brighton a few weeks ago. I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to say Maddison to score first.
Okay. I think that Crystal Palace are dog shit and might go down this season. They're yet to win a game. They've 3 draws and 5 losses. So I think Spurs are going to win this one. I think it's going to be a tight enough game, though. I do think it's going to be like a late winner from Spurs, maybe an 80th minute winner or something like that, like around that kind of mark. And I'm going to say Kulusevski to score. So 2-1 Spurs, Kulusevski to score.
I'm actually going to change mine to 1-0 to Palace.
Oh, getting the first win of the season.
Yeah, because when I hear a record like that, it's screaming out to be broken.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, 1-0 to Crystal Palace.
Perfect. Right, next one is West Ham and Manchester United. Paddy, what do you reckon?
United win. I think they'll follow on from last week. If hopefully West Ham play like they did against Chelsea a few weeks ago. How did they do last week?
They lost.
They lost badly to Spurs. Okay, wow. So I'm going to go for, again, United are going to keep a clean sheet. It's going to be 2-0 and Hoyland's going to score again.
Yeah, I don't know, Paddy. Like I said, I think this was the beginning of the change for Manchester United. I think West Ham are going to be bad this season. I really do. Big defeat against Spurs. They beat the week before that. They beat, I think it was Ipswich. So a team you would expect them to beat. So like the win is not that impressive. So I'm going to say United are going to win this one, but it's going to be a 1-0 win. It's going to be quite a tight game. Go with Garnacho. Paddy, game of the week, Arsenal versus Liverpool. Talk to me on this one.
Oh, Arsenal, my God. What a surprise result the weekend. Player sent off 2-0 against Bournemouth. But Liverpool do eventually have to lose a game. They can't go unbeaten all season. Well, look, they could, but I don't think they will. I see Arsenal bouncing back here narrowly. I think it's going to be a great game of football. But I do see Arsenal edging this, and I'm going to give them a 1-0 win. And I'm going to say Jesus to score. Or
Jesus Christ. I think this is going to be a 2-2 draw, Paddy. I think there's going to be goals. I think it's going to be an exciting match. I think we might get some passion. But I think it's going to be 2-2, and I'm going to go with Saka to score for Arsenal. I'm going to go with that one. Right, that's it, Paddy. That is the podcast done and dusted. We are done for this week. We will obviously have our winner of the monthly fantasy football next week. We'll be back around the same time, around kind of 8:15, 9 p.m. next week on YouTube, Twitter. No, where are we? YouTube, Facebook, and we're on
Twitch.
All
on the bottom of the screen there.
They're all on the bottom of the screen. That is all of our socials. Make sure you follow us on all of them. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening to us on Spotify, subscribe. On Apple Podcasts, subscribe. Give us an 5-star review. Go follow us on TikTok, on Twitter. We don't do anything over there, but sure, we have an account anyway. And Instagram as well. But other than that, Paddy, we are done and dusted. So a massive thank you for joining me this week.
Thank you, Colly. I can't believe this is only a 30-minute podcast.
I know, we've done well. Right, we will see everybody next week, Tuesday, same time. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. See you next week.